Have you ever felt like life has been testing you from the very start? Like obstacles, setbacks, and struggles were waiting for you before you even knew how to fight back? That's not a coincidence. It's confirmation. You were never ordinary. The moment you entered this world, something powerful within you was recognized. The opposition you faced isn't proof of weakness, it's proof of your significance. The forces that tried to break you saw your light long before you did. But here's the truth they don't want you to know. Nothing formed against you will ever succeed. Every battle, every hardship, every moment of doubt was designed to stop you from stepping fully into your power. But they underestimated you. You're still here, stronger, wiser, rising. Drop a "No weapon formed against me shall prosper" in the comments if you know you were built for more. This is your time. Your destiny isn't up for debate. It's already written, and nothing can take it away from you. You're meant to be here. Hit subscribe now and step into your next level. Your journey starts today. From the very moment existence embraced you, an unseen force recognized the magnitude of your spirit. The weight of destiny upon you was never hidden, and because of that, resistance met you early. Every setback, every inexplicable struggle, every moment of loneliness, none of it was random. They were orchestrated attempts to stifle a brilliance you hadn't yet discovered within yourself. Even as a child, the world around you may have felt slightly off-kilter, as if you could perceive undercurrents others were blind to. Perhaps you sensed emotions before they were spoken, or carried an innate awareness that life operated beyond the visible. Adversity was never meant to break you, only to test whether you would forget who you were before you could fully claim it. The pushback you endured was a design meant to alienate you, to make you second-guess your essence, to veil your potential before you ever had the chance to grasp it. Yet, there have always been whispers in the wind, echoes in the silence, and patterns unfolding before you. Subtle reminders that you were never navigating this path alone. Have you ever noticed how certain moments seem to shift the very air around you, as if the universe itself is offering confirmation? The way a melody drifts into your consciousness at just the right time, carrying a message only you could decipher. These aren't mere coincidences. They are signals guiding you back to remembrance, urging you to step beyond the ordinary and reclaim the heights that have always been yours to soar. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. Jeremiah 1:5. Imagine a lighthouse standing tall on the edge of a raging sea. No matter how violent the storm, no matter how thick the fog, its light cannot be hidden. It cuts through the darkness, guiding ships safely to shore. That's you. You were placed in this world as a guiding force, unshaken, unwavering, impossible to ignore. And just like a lighthouse, some will be drawn to your light, seeking direction, while others will be blinded by it, wishing they could dim what they do not understand. There has always been something undeniable about your presence. You don't just exist, you shift things. You walk into a room and the atmosphere changes. People feel it, even if they can't explain it. Some will be inspired, others intimidated, but one thing is certain: you were never meant to blend in. You carry something deep in your spirit, something set apart since the very beginning. From the moment you took your first breath, the blueprint of your destiny was already written, a design so intentional that even the forces working against you can't undo what has been divinely assigned to you. Let's get something straight. What you carry isn't small. It isn't ordinary. The very fabric of creation recognized you before you even knew who you were. That's why your journey has never been easy. That's why challenges seem to find you before you even go looking for them. But don't let that fool you. Resistance is proof of purpose. The opposition you've faced is just confirmation that you were never meant to live an average life. Some will misunderstand you. They'll question why things don't come easy, why you always seem to be in a battle. But let me tell you, diamonds don't form without pressure, oil doesn't flow without crushing, and gold isn't purified without fire. Your trials are not punishments, they are preparation. Every setback, every betrayal, every closed door, it wasn't meant to destroy you. It was refining you, elevating you, forcing you to rise to the level of your calling. And here's the part they don't tell you. You were already chosen before they ever tried to count you out. You were set apart before they ever tried to exclude you. Nothing and no one can undo what has already been spoken over your life. No attack, no delay, no distraction can erase what God Himself has sealed. Your destiny was signed in heaven long before anyone on earth had an opinion about it. So stand firm, walk boldly, own your presence. You weren't made to shrink, you were made to shine. And no force, no enemy, no opposition can put out what the Creator Himself ignited within you. You are unstoppable. No opposition can rewrite what is embedded in the core of your existence. There will be moments of disruption, instances designed to shake your resolve, but none of them hold the power to dismantle who you are. Every challenge that sought to unravel you only revealed the depth of your strength. Look back at the times when you felt adrift, uncertain, unseen. Those moments were never a reflection of weakness. They were proof of something greater stirring within you, something even those who sought to hinder you could recognize. They struck early, hoping to fracture your foundation before you realized it was unshakable. But here you are, still standing, forged by every hardship, illuminated by every lesson. They miscalculated. Every struggle became a lesson, every wound a mark of resilience, and every setback only refined your ability to perceive beyond the surface, deepening your alignment with the forces that have always guided you forward. You're meant to be here. Hit subscribe now and step into your next level. Your journey starts today. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. Isaiah 40:31. Picture a blacksmith at work. He takes raw, unshaped metal and places it in the fire. The heat is intense, the flames relentless. He strikes it over and over, hammering away the imperfections, shaping it into something strong, unbreakable, something of purpose. That's what's happening to you. Every trial, every storm, every battle, it wasn't meant to destroy you, it was meant to refine you. You weren't thrown into the fire to be consumed. You were placed there to be transformed. See, the higher you climb, the stronger the winds push against you. That's how it's always been. The closer you get to destiny, the harder the opposition fights. But let's get something straight. If the enemy is fighting you this hard, it's because you are dangerous to the kingdom of darkness. They wouldn't be trying to stop you if you weren't a threat. And that right there is proof of who you are. You were never meant to fight alone. From the moment you took your first breath, divine forces were assigned to you. You have been shielded, protected, guided, even in the moments when you thought you were alone. Every battle you faced was already accounted for, and every struggle you endured was not to weaken you, but to make you unshakable. What you carry inside of you is not ordinary. That fire, that calling, that relentless pull towards something greater, It's not a coincidence. You were chosen for this. And listen, purpose doesn't ask for permission. It doesn't wait for the right time, the right conditions, or the right people to approve it. Purpose demands to be fulfilled. And guess what? It chose you. Out of all the souls, out of all the generations, it landed on you, because only you could carry it the way it was meant to be carried. Now, let's be real. The road ahead isn't going to be easy. Elevation requires endurance. You're stepping into a higher realm, a greater calling, and with that comes greater resistance. But hear me, they cannot stop what God has set in motion. No obstacle, no setback, no enemy can undo what has already been written over your life. So rise, step forward, own the calling on your life. You were never meant to play small, to shrink, to doubt yourself. Everything you've endured was part of the preparation. Now, it's time to walk fully into who you were always meant to be. And let the enemy be put on notice. What tried to break you only built you. What tried to silence you only made you louder. What tried to bury you only planted you deeper. Nothing can stop what has been divinely ordained. You are rising, and nothing can stand in your way. Opposition has never been about your present. It has always been about your potential. The obstacles, the relentless trials, the unseen forces that have tried to derail you, they do not come because you are weak, but because your power is undeniable. What seeks to hinder you only reveals the depth of what lies within. Every battle, every storm, every moment that felt like the end was actually a sharpening, a refining, a forging of something unbreakable. No force can erase what has been written over your life. No struggle can undo the strength embedded in your spirit. Each time adversity strikes, you rise again, fortified, enlightened, unshaken. The forces that stand against you are not winning. They are witnessing the unstoppable rise of something greater than they ever anticipated. Victory is not something you seek. It is something that has already been woven into your very being. There is something deeply ingrained within you, a reservoir of knowledge that predates your understanding, a wisdom encoded into your very essence. It has always been there, woven into the fibers of your being, waiting for the moment when your consciousness would expand enough to recognize it. This knowledge is ancestral, carried through time, safeguarded within you as an inheritance from those who walked before you. That is why you have felt an inexplicable sense of purpose, an awareness beyond what is easily explained. The power within you is not ordinary, and for that reason, there are forces that have sought to keep it dormant. Some watch from the shadows, hoping to mislead or suppress what they cannot control, fearing what will be unleashed when you fully awaken. Yet, they will fail, because the essence you carry is safeguarded by something far greater than any opposition. This path was never meant to be easy. The trials were never coincidental. Those who are meant to shift the course of existence often endure the deepest wounds. The challenges did not come as punishment, but as proof of the weight of your mission. Even the betrayals, the wounds inflicted by those closest to you, were part of an attempt to silence what could never be erased. The intent was to break your spirit before it had the chance to rise. Yet, against every effort to suppress, you have not only endured, but thrived. Every experience, every scar, every moment of suffering has been transformed into something unshakable within you. What was meant to weaken you has only reinforced your purpose. And now, as the realization of who you truly are becomes clearer, there is nothing left that can stand in your way. The pain you have been feeling cannot compare to the joy that is coming. Romans 8:18. Imagine an old tree, battered by storms, its bark scarred by years of wind and rain. Yet despite everything it has endured, deep beneath the soil, its roots stretch wider, its foundation grows stronger, and when spring comes, new leaves still bloom. That's you. Every battle, every storm, every heartbreak may have left its mark, but it never had the power to uproot you. What was meant to break you only deepened your strength. And now, the season is shifting. The damage of the past no longer defines what's ahead. You're meant to be here. Hit subscribe now and step into your next level. Your journey starts today. The battles you faced weren't just random hardships. They were calculated attacks against your future. The enemy wanted to keep you tangled in past pain, to keep the wounds fresh so you'd never realize how powerful you truly are. They wanted to drown out your purpose with fear, with doubt, with regret. But here's the truth. No past mistake, no betrayal, no heartbreak has the final say over your destiny. That weight, it's not yours to carry anymore. You don't live there anymore. Now is the time to rise, to step into what was always meant for you. The burden you've been carrying, release it. The shame you've been holding, let it go. The old wounds may have shaped your journey, but they do not get to write the ending of your story. Healing isn't a distant dream. It's happening right now, in real time. It's moving through you, setting things back in order, making way for what's next. And what's next is bigger than what you've left behind. See, God never wastes pain. Every tear, every long night, every moment you thought you wouldn't survive. It's all been working together for your good. Nothing is lost. The things that once hurt you are becoming the very things that will build you. The struggles you thought would take you out are the same struggles that made you unshakable. That's why the enemy is panicking. Because you're no longer bound by what used to hold you down. You are stepping into something greater. And let me tell you something. The scars, they're not a sign of defeat. They're proof of victory. They don't mean you're broken. They mean you're still here, still standing, still pushing forward. They are reminders that you made it through what was sent to destroy you. So this is the moment. The chapter of pain is closing. The weight of the past is being lifted. Healing is no longer something you have to chase. It's coming to meet you. The shift is happening, and there is nothing left that can stop you. The only question now is, are you ready to receive it? Because your breakthrough isn't on the way, it's here. Liberation begins with releasing what no longer aligns with the path forward. Whether through the written word that gives voice to emotions unspoken, or through deep reflection that turns pain into wisdom, the process has already begun. There is no requirement to remain tethered to suffering. The past was a forge, but it is not the final destination. Rising from it is inevitable. The very trials designed to be limitations are now the foundations of strength. What was meant to break has only refined, and what was underestimated has now been awakened. Moving forward is not just personal, it is transformative. Each step taken toward healing creates a ripple, illuminating a path for others still lost in the struggle. The power reclaimed now serves as evidence. Redemption is real, resilience is undeniable, and no force can stand against a spirit that has chosen to rise. The road to renewal demands confrontation. Facing the echoes of old wounds, the remnants of past struggles, and the emotions that have been buried beneath the surface. Yet beyond that threshold lies a transformation unlike any before. Emerging from this process is not just survival, it is a rebirth. Every challenge, every hardship, Every moment of uncertainty was never in vain. They were stepping stones leading toward a breakthrough. And now, the time has arrived to step fully into what was always meant to be yours. The struggles of the past were never an indication of lack. They were simply the refining fires preparing you for the abundance that is unfolding. What is being restored to you will not be hidden, nor will it be small. It will be undeniable, witnessed even by those who once doubted your rise. This inheritance reaches beyond the material world. Yes, resources will flow, opportunities will appear, and doors that once seemed sealed will now open without resistance. But more than that, this is a time of divine clarity, of wisdom being poured into your spirit, of alignment with the highest version of yourself. The weight of past burdens is being lifted, making space for something greater. Declaring and claiming this shift is not wishful thinking. It is a powerful alignment with the forces already in motion on your behalf. Stability is being restored where uncertainty once lingered. After years of feeling like life was an unsteady ground, a sense of harmony is taking root, anchoring you in purpose and prosperity. But understand this: wealth is not confined to numbers. True abundance is wholeness, spiritual depth, emotional fulfillment, and meaningful connections. It is knowing that the path walked is not just personal, but generational. The cycles that have persisted for too long are being dismantled. The struggles that once defined the past will not define the future. What is unfolding is not just for today, but for those who come after. The foundation being laid now will sustain future generations, ensuring that scarcity, limitation, and uncertainty no longer hold power. And as abundance flows, responsibility follows. This is not an end goal. It is a tool for further impact. Resources are meant to fuel the mission, to expand possibilities, and to amplify purpose. This moment is not a coincidence. It is the fulfillment of what has long been promised. The doors are no longer locked. The path is no longer obscured. And what was always meant to be is now stepping into reality. A profound shift is unfolding, an awakening that has been set in motion for longer than can be measured. The world has long tried to convince certain souls that they are ordinary, that their presence is fleeting, that their existence carries no deeper meaning. But that illusion no longer holds weight. A knowingness has always lingered beneath the surface, a quiet certainty that there was something more, something unseen but undeniable. Now that certainty is no longer just a whisper. It is a force rising within, bringing clarity where there was once confusion, revealing layers of truth that had remained veiled. And with that revelation comes an unshakable understanding. Every hardship, every detour, every moment of doubt was not a barrier, but a preparation. Everything has led to this point. Yet, with illumination comes resistance. Forces that once remained indifferent now take notice. The shift in consciousness disrupts what once sought control, and fear arises in the face of transformation. The presence of opposition is not a sign of weakness. It is evidence of growing strength. The energy that once lay dormant is now fully realized, and those who once held power in the shadows sense the unraveling of their influence. But the attempts to hinder, to suppress, to cast doubt will prove futile. This emergence is not one of isolation, but of divine reinforcement. There are unseen forces standing guard, a protection beyond comprehension. No opposition, no obstacle, no lingering doubt can stand against what has been set into motion. The journey forward is not just one of discovery, but of reclaiming what was always meant to be. The light cannot be extinguished. The path cannot be obstructed, and nothing will halt the rise of what was destined to unfold. A profound shift is unfolding, but this is only the starting point. Transformation is not a single moment. It is an unfolding journey, one that continues to deepen, evolve, and expand. New levels of awareness are awakening within, bringing clarity, strength, and a heightened sense of purpose. What was once dormant is now stirring. Abilities that were waiting beneath the surface are rising into full activation. Intuition sharpens, perception widens, and alignment with the unseen becomes undeniable. Growth is happening on every level, spiritually, mentally, and even physically. And with that expansion comes a greater calling. This path was never meant to be walked in isolation. The wisdom gained is not just for personal fulfillment, but for something far greater. There are others searching for what has now been found, and the steps taken now will become the guidance they one day follow. The road ahead will demand more resilience, more faith, more willingness to embrace the unknown. With each breakthrough comes new challenges, and with each challenge, another layer of strength is revealed. The weight of this journey may at times feel overwhelming, but the support surrounding it is immeasurable. This path is protected, guided by forces unseen yet ever present. In moments of doubt, in moments when the burden feels too great, the truth remains. This journey was never meant to be carried alone. Every trial has led to this moment. Every hardship has prepared the way. Moving forward is not just about personal fulfillment. It is about paving a way for those who have yet to find theirs. What is unfolding now is not just a shift, but a revolution of the spirit, one that will impact far beyond what can be seen. A profound transformation is unfolding, and this is only the beginning. The path ahead is rich with expansion, revelations, and opportunities waiting to unfold. What once felt distant is now within reach, and what was once uncertain is now taking shape with undeniable clarity. Every step forward brings deeper understanding, unlocking gifts and wisdom that have long been waiting for their moment to rise. This season is one of acceleration, a time when what has been prepared in the unseen will begin to manifest in ways beyond expectation. There is no need to question the process. Everything is aligning exactly as it was meant to. The only barrier that ever truly existed was the illusion of limitation. That illusion holds no weight now. There is no room for doubt, no space for uncertainty. You're meant to be here. Hit subscribe now and step into your next level. Your journey starts today. Strength within is boundless, the potential infinite. Nothing that stands against this rise has the power to succeed, for what is unfolding was set into motion long before resistance ever appeared. The momentum is unstoppable, and the purpose is undeniable. Every delay was simply preparation, every challenge a refining force. Now the time has come to step forward without hesitation, knowing that what is meant will not be withheld. The journey continues, the purpose remains, and the unfolding victory is already written.